It is my privilege to introduce tonight's commencement speaker. Lauren Byrd is a Buffalo native and a 2003 graduate of Buffalo Academy of the Sacred Heart. Following her time at Shea, Ms. Byrd went on to earn a Bachelor's of Science in Music Business from the State University of New York at Fredonia. She is a leading marketing and brand partnerships executive in the live entertainment industry. Having spent the last 15 years working in sports and entertainment, Ms. Byrd has built relationships with some of the most prominent brands in the world. Ms. Byrd currently leads brand partnerships for Fem It Forward at Live Nation, a role she recently accepted after serving as the regional director for the Live Nation media and sponsorship team. She now focuses on building relationships and opportunities within the music industry for women. Just saying. And this work especially, she's working with women of color and creating powerful connections with brands who share in that mission. Some of Ms. Byrd's most notable and meaningful work was executed here in her hometown of Buffalo. She created and founded the Mercedes-Benz of Buffalo Fashion Week, which helped to shine a spotlight on Buffalo, attracting fashion retail, designers, and brands to the city. She also played an integral part in Buffalo's waterfront development while in her role at Canalside, bringing millions of dollars of revenue to the waterfront to support programming, activities, and events. Currently, Ms. Byrd resides in Philadelphia. She is engaged to her fiance, Joel, and enjoys spending time with Joel's son, Luciano, and their beloved rescue dog, Bailey. Ms. Byrd is also deeply committed to serving her community. She serves on the advisory board for Fem It Forward's mentorship program, the Scholarship Foundation for the Philadelphia Advertising Club, and enjoys giving back to her community through her support of local wildlife rescue and major parks conservancies in Philadelphia. Ms. Byrd is proud to support our Sacred Heart community with a newly established scholarship she co-founded with her mother and sister this year. Ms. Byrd is a perfect example of taking the gifts God has bestowed and ensuring good comes from sharing those gifts. She enjoys traveling, dancing, and spending time back in Western New York with her family and loved ones. Please help me welcome our 2022 commencement speaker, Ms. Lauren Byrd.
It's really hard to follow Blair and Emma and the musical performances and speak to you ladies today, but they delivered some really important messages. And I'm so happy that they spoke about, what's recently happened in our community and across the world, as well as brought a little bit of humor today to this environment. So thank you both. Thank you both for sharing that. So good evening, and thank you to the Buffalo Academy of the Sacred Heart and the class of 2022 for having me here today to speak at your commencement. As I was writing, I thought to myself, how can I inspire a class of 112 young women? So I sat and wrote and thought, wrote some more, and basically gave up with trying to figure out the perfect thing to say. So I decided to give you the same advice I would have given to my younger self 19 years ago, when I was sitting in your place. So to the class of 2022 and my younger self, first, I tell you to be patient. The ceremony and speech won't last that much longer. And soon you'll be on your way to eating at one of your favorite restaurants, surrounded by your loved ones. But before the end of the night, don't forget to just pause. Live in the moment. Realize that you'll never be in this place at this time in your beautiful graduation dresses, which they are beautiful. And don't think I didn't see the pantsuits, ladies, because I did. So take it all in. Take in your classmates' well wishes. Take in the advice from every speaker and role model with you here today, because today is precious. Second, I tell you to start building today. And what I mean by that is start building your network, ladies. Look around you, your peers, the women sitting beside you and behind you. They and so many others you meet along the way will be the people you may turn to for support, advice, maybe even a future job. Remember to try to build and cultivate relationships around you, and remember that you're always leaving an impression on others every step of the way. Third, I encourage you to pursue your passion. This is a big one, ladies. You know, it's funny because I was looking back through my yearbook. I actually have it right here. And I came across my senior photo with all of my activities listed beside it. I don't know if that's still done, but okay. And I realized that nearly all of the things I was involved in or passionate about that were listed are still the things that I'm passionate about today. Service Club, Ecology Club, Respect Life Club, being a Shea ambassador, Shea musical and vocal ensemble. Those are just a few. So I urge you to think about the things you're passionate about. Think about them now and hold on to them. One day you'll realize that your passion will attract others in more ways than you can possibly imagine. You'll have ideas that just seem like fun daydreams, and one day you'll actually bring them to life. For example, when I dreamt of creating Fashion Week, and yes, Buffalo did have a Fashion Week, ladies. People thought I was crazy, by the way, but I made that happen. Or when I envisioned a thriving waterfront for my city and was passionate about that, I actually had the chance to help bring that to life. Or even when I walked the red carpet in New York City for my first major movie premiere. What an amazing feeling. Pursuing my passion has led me to do some incredible things and meet some incredible people. Like when I met Tiana Taylor this year. She surprised me. She embraced me with a really warm and genuine hug. And for those of you who know who Tiana Taylor is, she's a little rough around the edges. And of all the celebrities I met, I will never forget how passionate she was about her music, and more importantly, how she made me feel like I was a Shea sister, like I was just another friend. This reminds me of a famous quote by Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Fourth, take a deep breath. I'd like for you to not panic, because today I'm sure reality is setting in. But it will all work out. Life has a way of working itself out. As long as you let your faith in God guide you, you'll be all right. Even when you accidentally forget to renew your auto insurance. Or when you bomb your first major exam. Or even if you switch your major 3 times in college. Yeah, my parents love that one. It'll be all right. You'll be tested both personally and professionally. You might freak out, but then you'll remember that the last time you were faced with an obstacle, you overcame it. You'll learn to stress less and trust more in the fact that things will always work out in the end. Fifth, you are a Shea woman. You've literally been primed over the last 4 years at Sacred Heart to handle anything. For example, like passing challenging exams. I've heard you guys talk about this on stage. Mastering fashion with very limited options. I mean, making maroon and white and gray look good, that's hard to do. And not to mention those very real and direct conversations with Sister Connie. You know what I'm talking about. Remember that Shay has given you the foundation to thrive, especially in an all-female environment, which is a huge asset for you as women leading in the professional world. Did I mention it's a pretty cool time to be a woman? I'm not lying. There are a lot of boss ladies out there, and in here today. Hashtag the future is female. So at the end of the day, and at the end of this speech, I'd like for you to remember this. Follow your heart, but never do so without faith as your guiding anchor. Be yourself. I mean, you really can't change who you are too much, so you should start loving the person God created you to be. Your uniqueness will be the thing that sets you apart and makes you memorable in your personal and professional journey. And last, life is a journey, and the excitement is in figuring it all out. So don't be afraid to take the next step, even when the path is unclear. One of my favorite quotes that I've lived by for many years by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is, take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the entire staircase. Just take the first step. So graduates, class of 2022, the future boss ladies of the world, no doubt, I applaud you and celebrate you for taking this next big step in life, fearlessly and with the entire community of Sacred Heart behind you. Thank you.